as a man, before you get into a relationship and go and provide, you need to really analyze who you're with.
Yeah.
And make sure you're making a good choice for you as a man in terms of what you need. So I see men asking very incompetent questions sometimes, and I laugh. I hear them asking, what do you bring to the table? You must be insane because you went to find that table. So you must make sure that table has everything you need as a man.
Yeah.
You don't ask that question after.
Exactly. Spot on.
Yes, you cannot ask that question after. It tells us your screws, some of them are not in the right place,
Yeah.
because you have to identify, is this woman good for me? What does she come with? She's nurturing, she's this way, she's that way. Then you engage her, then you provide for her.
Yeah.
But because men don't have the skills, they start providing before they do this checklist.
Yes.
So men are, you also have to vet. You don't just pick people. And unfortunately, sometimes, of course, men are blinded. They go by what they see.
What they see.
Yeah. So, and then the things go crashing. And then
Yeah.
now they start judging women. Women start judging men. And I feel like it's a very dysfunctional way of running society, because whether we like it or not, children are getting born from these unions that are dysfunctional. And now we are having so many broken families, so on and so forth.
Coach Sarah is a life coach, a practicing life coach, a certified mediator, and a family constellator therapist. What do I do actually? As Coach Sarah, I help people who are stuck to get unstuck. I also help people who are struggling in their family dynamics to actually be able to see the patterns behind their family and to actually recognize why they have taken certain roles of their families or even into their workspaces as who they are. You'll be seeing more of me at Diplomacy Unscripted. Feel free. I mean, everyone should get a coach or a therapist. You need a coach or a therapist. Believe you me, it's not a sign of weakness. This is a strength. You need somebody to listen to you, somebody to mirror your ways, and somebody to guide you into the transitions or anything that you feel you're going through. So feel free, follow me at Coach Sarah Dollar, and also follow us at Diplomacy Unscripted. Thank you.
Good evening, good morning, good night, from wherever you're watching us from across the world. This is Diplomacy Unscripted. My name is Brenda Isabel, and I wanted to welcome you so much to the show today. We have an amazing guest on set. Her name is Coach Sarah, popularly known as Sarah Dollar. However, she's here to talk about so many amazing things in terms of how we can manage transitions. Coach Sarah is a life coach. She's also a family constellator, as well as, a transitional coach. So kindly help me welcome the amazing, amazing, amazing Sarah Dola, and a very personal dear friend of mine, Karibu.
Thank you so much, Brenda. I don't know. I feel I'm blessed to be here with you. You being my childhood friend and us being friends for this long. This is an opportunity for me. I'm not taking it for granted. Thank you so much for having me today.
It's good to have you.
Thank you.
First of all, I know you're currently living and working in Mombasa, so you had to fly in just to be with us this afternoon. I think we just want to really, really thank you for your time. Yes, and we're so blessed to have you, because I know what you'll be able to share with Kenyans. And Africa, and especially just the rest of the world, is something very important.
Yes.
Transitions are things that we sometimes struggle with. And there are different types of transitions. It could be maybe someone has passed away that will require transition. It could be, you're changing careers. It could be a job change. It could be you're relocating from one country to another, or one state to another. Another type of transition would be whether it is a friendship that broke up. It could be a relationship. Getting married is a transition. Divorcing is a transition. So there's so many different types of transitions. And I think this is what we wanted to unpack today. I think this is also timely because Kenyans have gone through a lot recently. And I think for us, we just wanted to have you on the show being the amazing life coach that you are, to just talk to us about how we can transition into the phases we've experienced as a country.
Yes.
You saw 2024 when Gen Zs went to the streets, and so much happened. I personally believe that the absence of war is not the presence of peace. Yes.
True.
So Kenyans are walking, yes, they're up and about, but Kenyans are not fine, to be honest. I mean, so much has happened. We have lost a lot of Kenyans in the protests and just clamoring for change and fighting for one thing or the other. So it is important that we have a conversation about transition. Some people lost their loved ones.
True.
We have, of course, politicians that have also felt like they're aggrieved. But generally, this is a wellness check for the country. And this is the reason for having you here.
Thank
you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Brenda.
Yeah, so where do you want us to start unpacking from?
I feel like, let me start by saying that transitions, I don't want people to feel like transition is letting go. I want people to see transition as an invitation to something new. Okay? Because sometimes you can feel like I've transitioned from this phase of my life to this phase, and I've let go of a lot of things. But I want you to reframe it inside your mind to believe that transition is actually an invitation for you, an openness for you to feel like I'm stepping into something new. I'm stepping into the unknown, but I'm trusting myself and even trusting God spiritually to take me through this
God,
season.
more importantly.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so Coach Sarah, my friend, my lovely human being. I mean, I've actually experienced so many transitions recently.
Yeah.
The biggest transition for me was losing my mom.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for being there for me and my entire family. May her soul rest in peace.
Yes.
It was such a big, big loss. And I hear you saying a transition is not about losing anything. Sometimes it's really not about losing.
Yes.
But there's certain things, the loss can be so overwhelming.
True.
You cannot separate the loss from the transition.
True.
So how would you advise, let's say, a Kenyan navigating grief, to handle that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, especially when it comes to grief, for us, grieving a loved one, especially one who has transitioned or even is no longer with us in this world, can be very hectic. And I feel like most of us, we've lived that life. Yeah. You lost your mom last year. I lost my dad, I think, in 2016.
Yeah.
And it's something that most Kenyans have come to experience it. Yeah. But for me, what I would tell anyone, especially if you're going through a grief that is a loss of a parent, a loved one, and so forth, you need to anchor yourself into your support system. Your support system is key. If your support system is your community, is your family, it's your friends, those are the people you really anchor yourself around. You really feel like these are the people who are supporting me, and this is how it's gonna be. And you also stick to your routines. Routines are so important. I'll give you an example. Like when I lost my dad in 2016, I was in the middle of a training at my work. I think we were actually in Mombasa at that particular time. So when I came back after burying my dad, I still have to go on with the training. So I was training for like 6 months training. So I was like, where will I really catch up with the way things are moving right now? But I stuck to what I usually do every day. I wake up in the morning, I say my prayer, I journal if I have to. If you're a person who's meditating, also go for that. I do my exercises. Some physical movement really help. Just trying to stick slowly by slowly into the routine that you usually move through, because the routine is more of a baseline for you. Yeah, and you having a support system, because in the evening I would call my mom, in the evening I'd call my sister. Let's have a group talk. Let's just see what is going on during this transition period. So the key important things is stick to the routines, especially the routines that nourish you, the routines that build you, and stick to the community that supports you. Okay. Anything that is draining you, anything that you feel...
Exit left.
Exit. Put those boundaries very fast.
Yeah.
Exit, and just stay with the things that really cement you, because you need to build capacity during this period.
Absolutely, yeah. But
True.
Coach Sarah, sometimes you see fine, we live in the city and we have a balance and we understand what a support system means. Maybe there's someone in mashambani and the support system ndio wanapiga nduru kwa boma.
True. True.
You know, that is true.
That is very true.
Because sometimes the people that you surround yourself with, you've mentioned you would call your mom, you would call your sister. Do you realize that's family? So sometimes the grief affects the entire family. So they are grieving as well.
Yes.
As you need your support system, they also need theirs. So there's also a challenge in terms of how to face. Sometimes you want to go ushago after somebody has passed on.
Yeah.
But kule ndio nduru za kuaminika zinapigwa.
True.
Na you are handling grief. You remember, this is Africa.
Yeah.
So I've watched different types of funerals across Africa. Thank God we are residents of this continent. And like in Ghana, it's so crazy. Ghana, in fact, Ghanaians, I don't want to say, I want to say what they do during funerals is a bit, for me, it would be too much, because they would, if you died on a motorbike, they would recreate you, put you on top of a motorbike and keep you somewhere for people to see you. They keep the body for even 1 or 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
So I feel like that becomes very difficult to move from that, let's say, loss. But in Kenya here, at least, I mean, we have seen situations where some people keep bodies for too long.
Yeah.
Some bury immediately. It just depends on how ready you are also.
True.
Because people are dealing with different issues. Sometimes there was a hospital bill to be paid and whatnot. However, it becomes very difficult. Sometimes you feel stuck in the situation.
True.
Now, to add on to what I'm saying, let's talk about just what we witnessed Kenya go through recently. I was recently in Ghana for a democracy capture project. And the very day I was leading a presentation as a moderator, that is the same day Saba Saba was happening. And my heart was so broken. And I remember speaking in that meeting and saying, please pray for Kenya, because this is what is happening back home. Yeah. Now, when you watch what is happening on social media, you could die of depression.
True.
Because we saw so much violence and so much chaos, you know. And of course, a lot of Kenyans lost their lives. Yeah. I mean, of course, Kenyans are shouting about, rightfully so, police brutality. And also we've seen police getting injured in these skirmishes. Yeah. And, you know, so knowing that people are just walking and moving, but they're not really okay. Yeah. They're not okay with the cost of living. They're not okay with the fact that, you know, somebody's child is not in school. Yeah. Kuna mtu alilala njaa jana. Unajua, things like that. So how do we, what is your advice? Because we have you here. Yeah. And also this is a wellness check on Kenyans. Yeah. Just what is your advice? Because right now the economy is really thick. I think Central Bank has statistics. You know, I saw some very alarming statistics about how many Kenyans have at least 100,000 in their accounts. You and I know 100,000 can't do much. Yes. But still, it's very few Kenyans that can have even a steady savings of 100,000, for example. True. That just goes the distance to tell you we are really, really struggling as a country. True. Now, the cost of living has gone up. Mahitaji yajaenda mahali. Neither has your pay increased. Yeah. True. So what would be your advice for someone to balance all these things out?
Okay, first of all, like from what you have said, us watching Kenyans and feeling like everyone in this country is carrying the cost of living. Everyone in this country is just cannot bear to see, you cannot even bear to see your neighbor sleeping hungry. I mean, it's something that is very heartbreaking, even for me personally as a person. But I'm gonna take this audience a bit back slightly to remember that we are a shared community. I think people also we've really drifted from people being communal. We've really drifted from that.
That's true.
And community builds people. As much as we can critique it, because it also forms a bit of dependency, especially in the African culture, but the good that community can do.
But community is all about dependency.
Yes, it's all about dependency.
Lean on me, I lean on you.
I lean on you, exactly. But not you leaning. You are the one who just wants to be...
okay, there's opportunism.
Yes.
So we're not talking about opportunism.
Yes, exactly.
But I like where you're going with the conversation in
Yes.
terms of just that community, because also many of the things we are seeing, even as vices, are caused by the lack of community.
Lack of community.
Where my child can be doing something so crazy and you can't say anything because you know I will attack you in the evening if I hear you corrected my child.
Yeah.
But remember, when we were growing up, this is how we were raised.
Yeah. Your neighbor could spank you like 100%. Because people are so individual. My child, everyone is everyone is
I remember
mine,
seeing your
everyone's
mom doing her business. And when I walk around her, my back becomes stiff because I have to behave myself.
Exactly.
Otherwise, she'll either tell Mother
Exactly.
or engage me. And you would see my mom and behave yourself.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
And I'm going to take you back, Brenda, to the genocide in Rwanda, what happened. And what actually made Rwanda be Rwanda what it is. You see? Desmond Tutu was heading that delegation. And Desmond Tutu used the Ubuntu principle.
Yeah.
I am because you are.
Yes.
I mean, and the Rwandese could no longer see this as this or this as this. They could only see that we are one. We are one people. We're not going to fight about you from which tribe or you from which tribe. So when people go back to being a shared community, and I know in this crazy world it can be, it's not an easy place where not everyone is comfortable going back there. But when
there's also a lot of bad things happening.
A lot of it.
While you want the community, you also have to think about the risks.
Yes,
it presents for yourself, your children, and your association.
Yeah, but people go back to their heart. People go back to why we are human beings. Like this is, I can even take it to evolution. We've survived as a people because we are a community.
That's very true.
We couldn't survive just because that you're there, one person thinking you're by yourself. We've survived. Evolution has taught us, and that's how we are actually wired. You just can't see somebody suffering. Okay, maybe nowadays somebody can see that. I
mean, nowadays, if you're being robbed or mugged, somebody will remove their phone and record.
And record instead of helping you.
Yeah.
You see, very few people will
You could be drowning and someone pulls out their phone.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to reach out a hand to help you.
Yeah. But I'm telling people, let's hang on to a shared community. Let's hang on to that.
Coach Sarah, where do we start? Because society is what it is. We have borrowed so much from the West. And I think even our people that work in the West, you see them clamoring, feeling all flights coming back home in December.
Yeah.
They can tell you there's something they miss. They miss so terribly. They miss... Our people in the diaspora miss engaging.
Yes.
They love the community in Africa.
Yes.
We don't feel it as much because we are here. But when they come, they feel it. But I hear you, we've fallen off the wagon and we need to get back on track. So what are some of the tips you can give us to try and get back on course? Again, trust is an issue.
Yes.
Again, we must also consider the risks involved. So how do we create a balance where we're very mindful of the sense of community, being embedded in how we're raising our children and how we engage with each other. However, we're also mindful of the risks that come with community.
I'll give you an example. I live and stay in Mombasa. In Mombasa, you have to greet people, my friend. that is... I've lived in Nairobi, but when you go to Mombasa, you just don't pass anyone. It's just their silent role. People say Mombasa people are slow and everything, but those people, the wisdom that is behind people living in Mombasa.
But the people that say Mombasa is slow, I don't understand. It's just, first of all, that sun. You cannot operate like Nairobians.
Tell me. Tell me about that.
You cannot operate like a Nairobi person or a Limuru person. If you go, I've worked in West Africa. I worked there for 3 years, and I can tell you the heat in Lagos, it's like the sun comes down with the grandchildren.
Yeah.
So things are slow. There's a reason why you don't see people in Dubai out mchana. You see them at night.
Yeah.
So I think even the climate has a factor
Has a
to
factor
play
to play
in
why,
terms of their movement.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So that laziness thing, I feel like that's just a stereotype.
100%. I
Yeah.
mean, in Mombasa, you say
And you've lived in different cities.
Yes,
so
I have. I've lived in Eldoret, I've lived in Nairobi, and now I'm actually in Mombasa. Say hi to people, man. Usipite tu mtu. Don't.
So you like it?
Honestly speaking, I
Yeah.
do. Because I feel like in Mombasa, people are more present. Because when I say hi to you, shikamo mama, marahab. As in, there's a level of poseness. You pause a bit and there's a level of presence.
And you take it in.
And you take it in and you want to hear what this person is saying. Marahaba mwanangu, jambo.
Let me tell you, you've injected me in such a way. You're just going to see me say, shikamo, marhaba. Of course, I'm going to look weird in Nairobi and elsewhere.
In
but I'm
Nairobi.
going to, first of all, for me, this is a personal responsibility.
Yes.
I mean, I'm used to the good morning, sir, good morning, ma'am, good morning, this and that.
Yeah.
But I'm going to make it a culture.
Yes.
Also, we can be a bit of snobs.
Yeah.
I am guilty of being a snob sometimes.
I think sometimes we all are. We all are. You're just in your head, in your
in
space.
the lift, I honestly, can we just mind our business?
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to you. Why are you talking to me?
Even getting into an Uber.
That's
Do you
how
know
I
there are
feel.
people who don't even say hi to their driver?
Or at least I have to say hi to the driver because it's taking you somewhere. You best create a rapport.
Yes.
Even kidogo.
Yes. Even the little. Just say hi, how are
Yeah.
you, good morning.
But
you
I
what?
hear you, Sarah. I mean, and I also promise to change. When I enter a lift, I'll be saying hello.
Yeah. So I feel like the small acts of kindness.
So that's when we're talking about how can we tips of changing. So these are some of the things.
Yes.
Okay.
They're very small, very minute, but they really go a long way. You saying hi even to a stranger because this person, you've never met this Uber driver. You just say, hi, how are you? Good morning. Good morning. Even if the conversation doesn't even go further, nobody is asking you to tell your whole story to that person. We just
also oversharing. Oversharing is something that
it's something again that is
that
something,
you will deal with on another episode.
Yeah, that is also something.
Yeah,
something
oversharing
else.
is a symptomatic of something
Exactly.
broken in you.
Yes.
So you start, outpouring
exactly
into places that you've not even vetted.
And while we are talking about we are a shared community, we are human beings, we share so much. I mean, just saying hi, for me, that is a big step. That is a first step. So that people will realize that we share so many struggles as much as joys. Like you're not alone. You're never alone. You're never alone in this. You have a shared community that can support you in even maybe somebody was just wanting somebody to say hi. And it can change something in them like, oh, okay, that person has said hi to me. So that's a good thing. Maybe there's something ameona kwangu, especially those people who never receive any kind of thing.
And I love the fact that we, Diplomacy Unscripted is a show where we discuss very heavy political governance issues. And sometimes the conversations can be too heavy for regular citizens. In fact, the reason why we're calling it unscripted is so that we break down diplomacy in a way that general citizens can understand. However, we also are happy to engage on a wellness check.
Yes.
Because mental health is a serious issue. And stress, depression, these are things that are affecting society.
True.
So as stressed people are not a productive people.
True.
So we said that we're going to have a segment where we discuss, the kind of conversation we're having.
Yeah.
So that, we can help someone somewhere unpack something.
True.
And I hear you in terms of just even greeting someone nicely, smiling at them.
Smiling at them.
Probably someone was off walking to go and commit suicide.
Imagine.
And I mean, we're seeing the rates of suicide rising, and the statistics show that, in fact, more men are committing suicide, according to the statistics, than women. And we're just seeing a situation. I don't want to just generalize and say all of it is mental health.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's also just stress related in terms of, I don't think I can bear this anymore.
Yeah.
So we have to go back to being a caring, loving, and also we're God-fearing people.
Yes.
I know I am a Kenyan, and my our national anthem, we start saying, "Oh God of all creation." We're not. It's not a joke. It's not just a mantra that you say. You know, we're alive today because God enabled us to be
Yes.
here today. We have breath in our lungs because He willed that for
Yes.
us. So another thing that we must always remember is just the kindness
Yes.
that we give each other
Yeah.
is another way of coping and perhaps becoming a community, as you're saying.
Yes, yes. Just the way you have said it. Maybe when somebody even says hi to you, it means the interpretation behind that, especially somebody who was not expecting it, is I matter. I mean, like, I matter.
Absolutely.
Somebody has said hi,
Yeah.
I matter. And that goes a long way, especially when somebody is carrying a lot of stuff, some heavy
Yeah.
burdens around them. It goes a long way.
It goes a long way. Honestly, yeah, I hear you. It makes someone feel like they matter. And
They
they do matter.
And they do matter.
They do matter.
They do matter.
Yeah,
They do matter.
you know.
Yeah.
Sarah, sometimes it's difficult, especially for women, I would say, to just say hello aimlessly. It's not aimless, I hear you. It's targeted at building communities.
Yeah.
However, sometimes you say hello to a gentleman. Men quickly think you're trying to hit on them.
Unfortunately, sometimes it can, honestly speaking, sometimes it can go left.
It can go sideways real quick.
Very quick.
Someone just starts looking at you like, Allah.
Oh, mrembo amenisalimia.
When you're Naja, yeah, before you do it, can I have your number? If you say no, Casey.
Unfortunately, we really have to deal with that.
But people have to learn that
Yeah.
kindness can be given and it's not strategic.
Yes.
Do you know there are people that you're kind to and they think you're being strategic?
Exactly.
They think you want something.
From them.
They think there's an ulterior motive. I'm telling you, I have purpose. As a child of God, I have purposed that anywhere I go, you must feel the presence of God. You must feel a level of kindness.
Yeah.
You must feel that you are treated with integrity and respect so that you will also love and value yourself.
True.
So, but I am only one person, and that is a personal goal of mine. Now, I know as one person, the impact is not heavily felt.
Yes.
But sometimes the people that you show kindness to call you back and are kind to other people, and the chain continues.
Yeah, it spreads.
Yeah.
Believe you me. Yeah.
So I think with the tips you're giving us, we are going to see a better, improved Kenya. First of all, can we just say jumbo to each other every morning?
I mean, just say hi.
I mean, whatever, whatever is happening, let us purpose to be kind and loving towards each other. We want to take a short break, Sarah, but before we do, I wanted us to talk about, let's say, strategies for managing stress. Yeah?
Yeah.
When we talk about strategies for managing stress, we need a deeper understanding of stress has different levels.
100%.
Stress has different levels. I could tell you there's a woman going to look around at where she's going to give birth, but she's stressed. But at least she has the money to pay for the hospital.
Yeah.
But there's a woman, same situation,
Yeah.
pregnant, however, hata hajui atazalia wapi.
True.
So similar situation, different stress levels.
100%.
You know? So maybe you can give us coping mechanisms for situations such as that. There are situations where people change jobs. Honestly, I know so many people have been, let's say, lost their jobs. Maybe you were fired, maybe you resigned, maybe your company went into redundancy. We are seeing a lot of companies, reduce their workforce.
Yeah.
With the entrance of AI, a lot of the jobs have become redundant.
Yeah.
Researchers, I don't know what you're up to. I hope you're trying to engage with AI because AI is here and AI
it's here to stay.
it can research in seconds things that would take a researcher months.
Yeah.
Yes, and the level of accuracy and the statistics you can get at the click of a button.
True.
So also, how are we transitioning? Coach Sarah, you are a mentor and you also counsel people. Of course, your work is very private because you have to, have the client confidentiality.
True.
However, the general tips that you can share with Kenyans who may not afford someone privately.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that they will leave this space feeling like indeed this was a wellness check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you've asked, I think, 2 questions in that. The first one is the stress level. So I feel like stress really is different depending on the context you are in personally.
Nikuongeze stress moja.
Ongeza.
Jamani, Gen Z wana pressure.
I'm
Zingine za
sorry for all
kujiwekelea.
Gen Zs. I'm sorry.
There's so many Gen Zs in the room. Yeah, so, and we love Gen Zs.
And we love Gen
If
Zs.
anything, they're the only
They're
people
bold.
that are
I
bold,
tell you.
unapologetic.
Unapologetic themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever been roughed up by a Gen Z in the workplace?
Yeah.
Yo, I hear you.
Wacha kwanza nijipepete.
Jamani, kunywa chai.
Acha kunywa maji. Uwe. Gen Zs.
Sips water. Do you know, I heard there's a course, I don't know how true this is. There's a course at Strathmore University on how to engage Gen Zs.
Oh, that's really interesting. That's
Yes.
nice.
Do you know, honestly, we just have to study these humans.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
And when they enter the workspace, like the workspace normally has like almost 3 generations there.
Yeah.
The millennials, the Gen Zs, and the ones who are above us are which ones? They usually call what?
Dennis, they're called? They're called what? I can't hear you. Gen X.
Oh, I think it's Gen
Sijui ni
X.
boomers. Mimi nimesikia those terms.
Those ones. You see, like in a workplace setting, there are 3 different generations.
Yeah.
Of course, the ones who are kitambo are the ones, they're the bosses.
We are millennials,
yeah,
right?
As we are millennials, we are just there.
But why do we believe that we're easy to work with and we believe Gen Zs are harder to work with?
No, because honestly speaking, we might have stayed longer in the organization. We've already learned the culture of the organization. Then we have this new team that is coming in.
By the way, it also matters who mentored us into these spaces.
Yeah.
Because tuko na ile culture ya kupanda pole pole na kurise.
Yes.
You know, Gen Zs don't have time for that. See the way us, you would work for 12 years for one promotion. Gen Zs don't have that time.
They don't. Yeah. And they'll tell you, why are you giving me this work? This work I can do it in.
They want to come in and say, I am qualified enough to be the executive director. Are you giving me this post or not? First of all, that level of boldness, we have to upload it.
Yes.
Because most of us also as millennials and the people, they're called boomers and whatnot, and Gen X, the things that have kept us behind is a lack of boldness.
Exactly.
But also, I believe that there's a reason why when a child is born, you will get pregnant. It will take 9 months for the baby to be ready and to come out.
Yeah.
When the baby is born, the baby starts with milk exclusively for 6 months before their stomach can handle solids.
Yes.
So sometimes also there's a wisdom and in the process that we take in the things that we do.
Yeah.
And maybe sometimes I feel like the Gen Zs are not really aware of this.
True.
And I feel like it's a mentorship thing. Are we missing something in terms of guiding them? Sometimes, of course, a lot of them feel like they know enough. They know too much. But there's a reason why we move the way we move.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like just if I was a CEO of a company with that stuff.
Mapema, see, if you give a newborn githeri, you know what will happen?
True.
They will choke and die.
But we can integrate all of us.
Yes, we can integrate. So the conversation I want us to have is how do we now, because also capacity is something that we have to discuss.
True.
You can have the knowledge, but knowledge and capacity are 2 different things.
Very.
Yes.
Very, very
You can go and study, get your master's, but the reason why someone with experience will beat you
Hands
at
down.
something is because they build capacity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go back to your earlier question of handling stress. I feel like stress levels are very different, and stress will always show itself through your emotions. Maybe you have a lot of anxiety, you have anger issues, and so forth and so on. I'll give you a tip. And this is something I usually tell my clients, because you'll find a client coming to you, oh, I'm so stressed. I'm really stressed up, Sarah. And my anxiety level is way up
Over
there.
the roof.
You know?
Yeah.
First of all, when you're stressed, you will notice it in your body. The body never lies. The body will give you an indication.
Do you know my first indication?
Yeah.
Tummy ache.
It's true. It's true, by the way. Yeah.
If
The
I
body
joke
is
around,
usually-
it will go to level 2.
Yeah, the body is usually the first time that will tell you, but there's something is wrong, something is happening here. Pay attention to it, you know. So when you have the awareness that you're stressed and you're feeling like this, go right ahead. Okay, I've noticed what my body is telling me. Now I'll go to the next step. Let me investigate it further. You know, you just be curious, and all these things is happening in you. So you're telling yourself, why am I feeling this way? What is this situation that is making me actually feel like this? You investigate with curiosity, and remember, you're not judging yourself. You're in a point of where you want to name exactly what is going on with you, and if you do that, sometimes you'll realize, oh, kumbe, this was what I was really stressing about. Because sometimes, I'll give you an example. If I was to give a talk where I have like 1,000 people, of course, my anxiety level is very high. But my anxiety level is there, not because I don't know what I'm going to tell you guys. It's because, first of all, I care. That's why I'm anxious.
Yeah.
I care. I care what I'm here to serve you. I care what I have to.
You care about the output.
The output, what I
you're
want.
bringing.
Yeah, what I'm bringing.
Actually, if
Yeah.
if you're truly I don't care, there's no anxiety.
There's
because
no
you don't care.
anxiety. There's no anxiety.
You really don't care.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it will show you like it doesn't make this is not important to
Absolutely.
me. But something that is important to you will give you some level of stress. But for you to investigate with you're curious about it. You're aware about it. When you click it like this and you know, oh, so this is what is happening to me, nurture yourself. Take deep breaths. Breathe in and out. Journal it out. Talk to a trusted friend and tell this person, this is what I'm feeling. I'm about to do this, or I'm about to get this, or I'm about to talk to me. Let me just dump it on somebody who you trust and can give you honest and true feedback so that it can assist you to move into the next step. Of course, it really matters with the context, believe you me. Yeah.
We're just about to take a short break, but there's one thing you haven't touched on.
Yeah.
What is your advice to the younger generation, the Gen Zs, even millennials?
Yeah.
There's this competition that is uncalled for in terms of making it in life, and you see people are willing to do whatever it takes to trend, to be seen, to be known. And sometimes they just do, people are doing things that are so crazy. And this is across the world, not just in Kenya. Yes. What is your advice? You find, your friend bought a house, I have to buy a house. Someone got married, you go and marry someone who, you're not his rib.
Yeah.
You're going to see Pepe in that marriage. Before you know it, 3 months in, divorce, things like that. So people are reactive, trying to fit in and trying to be it, trying to look like. There's also looking like you're succeeding and actually succeeding.
Yeah.
Two different things.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of pressure for people to perform. You will see so-and-so's wedding was this big.
Yeah.
I want a big wedding. Before you know it, you're stressing somebody's son to go and take loans.
Yeah.
To go and marry you. Meanwhile, you guys have how do you spend millions on a wedding?
Yeah.
You have no house to go to.
True.
You know, so please, you just need to address this very quickly in 1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me talk to the Gen Zs, okay? You really have to understand why you do what you do. And if what you're doing truly aligns with your values as a person, with who you truly are inside yourself, okay? For example, I just can't go and buy a house because Isabel bought a house. What is it for me? Question why you're doing that. Question why you must have, let's say, a budget of a wedding of, let's say, 2 million. Question that, because it's happening to you. So you have the liberty and you have the right to dismantle this particular notion that you have inside your head that I have to do what this person has to do. And for Gen Zs, as in, people should do the work. If you need help, go for therapy. Look for a therapist. Look for a coach, somebody to guide you. Because sometimes you end up doing things that really, at the end of it all, really doesn't align to who you are, doesn't align to your values, and even doesn't align to your identity as a person. Yep, that's what I would tell them.
And what would you advise, just on that note, how should their parents assist them
Okay.
in this process of
In-
self-identity?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like being a parent is not all about, I want you to do this, as this, as this. Even as I'm a parent, and sometimes you have to give the children autonomy, okay? For them to really go out there and do what they have to do. No controlling as per se. You're watching, yes, but you're not controlling. Because in you doing those mistakes
You
is
learn.
when you really learn. And when
Yeah.
you learn, you build the capacity within yourself. You're like, oh, this went this way, that way. I cannot go that route again. So as a parents, we are support systems. Support systems. And sometimes we let go, but sometimes we don't want to. We don't want to be too loose with them. But we just offer a shed for them as we watch on them. Yeah. So,
But you realize some mistakes are also fatal. We're
Yeah.
supposed to learn from them, but then you've seen the rates of femicide go up,
yeah.
where young girls would go with certain people and end up killed or maimed or
Yeah.
seriously injured,
Yeah.
or even raped, because again, sex is consensual.
Yes.
Whether I'm with you in a club or in your house, the consent is something. It's a thing
Yes.
that has to be given. It's not about we were in the environment, so I decided to take. What are you taking anyway? But we will speak about that.
Oh, yes.
After the break. So thank you very much for joining us. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Diplomacy Unscripted. On this segment of the show, we're going to discuss how do we relate with transitions from a growth mindset. We're going to discuss resisting transition. There's situations where knowingly or unknowingly you could be resisting transition, whether it is the birth of a child, the death of somebody, a new job, or a resignation, or you were fired. How do you handle that? Are you resisting transition? There are people who decide to stay where they are and sob. And also, as part of transition, there's a grieving period, and you're
Yes.
allowed. But even as you grieve, you must think of the next step.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then, so there's resisting transition, coming out of transition, and getting into transition with a growth mindset.
Yes.
Yes. How do we unpack that for us?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to start with the hardest, the one resisting transition.
I resist transition. I resist.
I feel like that one, everyone moves through that. At a particular phase, especially, let me give an example of grief, of death of a loved one. There's a point where when you check at the stages of grief, there's usually the denial stage. And that denial stage is where most people really, really hang on to it, you know? And sometimes it can be so unfortunate. Some people even drown in it completely. Somebody will say,
Yeah.
if this person has gone,
I saw
go.
a video. Someone online, someone in Kitengela, it was a gentleman, had lost, I think, the mom. So they have buried, and everyone thought he was
Yeah.
okay. Then one day he woke up.
Yeah.
He opened the windows. He started smashing utensils through the window, speaking to himself and talking about his grief. Imagine.
Yeah, because like in the context of grief, resisting transition, it's natural, because who am I without this person? And what kind of identity do I need to have when this person is not there with me? This person is because you have to change. There has to be a transition that is actually happening within your life. So I feel I really feel when it comes to grief, when you're resisting transition, give yourself time, but don't wallow. Don't drown into that denial stage, because that's the stage that really swallows you up, takes you in, and it doesn't. Sometimes you might not be able to come back out of it, and that's the saddest part of resisting any kind of transition. But again,
So coming out of transition.
if you're coming out of transition, this is a celebratory thing. Yeah, if you've come out of a transition, it's a way of you to check in. Wow, I did this. I moved from this job to this other job. It's a time for you to celebrate yourself, first of all. It's a time for you to be grateful. Gratitude really comes in when you come out of a particular transition, and feedback of how you're actually integrating all this, because something has shifted in you. You're somebody new. You're not that person that you were before that transition. So if you're coming out of transition, it's more of an applause for you and feedback, like, okay, this is what happened. This is how I've integrated myself into this new space that I am in.
Okay. But we also know that gentlemen, the male species,
Yes.
men struggle a lot with the transition.
Yeah.
Especially because men do not like to express themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, men, when it comes to men, processing emotions is something they look at as weakness. So mostly men just bury the bad feelings somewhere.
Yeah.
And then one day it explodes. When you look at statistics for suicide, there's a reason why more men commit suicide more than women.
Yeah.
It's because the repression of the bad things and bad aura and bad things that happen to them is they just keep a lot.
Yeah.
And I think across the world, people are on podcasts talking about men this, men that, take
Yeah.
care of men this way, that way. But I think we also have to, let's get to the root issue. When men were growing up,
Yeah.
they were told, "When ni mwanaume, you're a man."
Yes.
You know, why are you crying?
Yeah.
Why are you expressing yourself?
Yeah.
Why are you? But then if you take a spear and cut me open, I will bleed the same way the man will bleed.
True.
So most people don't even take time to understand the damage they're doing to these men. So we're here, Coach Sarah.
Yeah.
We're trying to interact and love men that don't have the competency or the fluency of this thing called feelings.
Yes.
It's very foreign for them. So in fact, men are learning to feel as they love you,
True.
as they try to get to know you.
True.
But we are so misinformed, and we've created labels for people. We're saying this one is an avoidant, this one is anxiously attached,
Yes.
this one is an escapist, this one is, avoidant and what. We've created, even, we now are balkanizing people.
Yeah.
And I think it's very unprofessional. First of all, you are not a doctor. You cannot call anyone a narcissist
Yeah.
unless you know how to diagnose
Yeah.
scientifically.
Exactly.
It's like saying you have malaria. You have to go and get tested.
Said first, yeah.
Yeah, you can't say this person has mental health issues unless they've gone through the mental checks,
Yes.
the wellness checks to
Yeah.
verify that they
this
have
is what is
issues.
happening
Yes.
to
So we're reaching a place where everyone with a microphone is busy misleading the other
Yeah.
and creating stigma
Yeah.
around a people. And now I'm talking about the men.
Men. Yeah.
They have no capacity to relate with feelings, to handle feelings yet. They want to love. So they must also realize that they're also they're incapacitated.
Yeah.
They need that capacity. They need to learn. So it only takes a soft woman to teach a man how to relate.
Yeah.
I think that's what is happening right now.
Yeah.
So if you're impatient, your love will be lost in translation because what you're communicating, he cannot receive, neither can he process it. It becomes too much, and most men, of course, disappear, take off. Women call it ghosting. I don't think it's deliberate, and we are breaking down the social fabric because getting into a relationship is a transition. Getting out of one is a transition.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why you see two people very hurt, I think people across the world call it heartbreak. The reason why it feels painful is because you're withdrawing from something that you are used to.
Yeah.
When you love this person, you get a high, like a dopamine hit. It's similar to withdrawing from drugs.
Yeah.
Yes, that's why it hurts. So there's even a scientific explanation
Yes.
behind it. So, Coach Sarah, how do you help men navigate transition? Remember, we rely on men as the heads of the homes.
True.
We want them to lead us, create stability. In fact, now, for most
More
women,
than ever.
women, if a man doesn't have money, you're
Yeah,
a
that's it.
non-issue, you're
Yeah.
non-existent.
Yeah.
This is why there are so many scammers. They would go into any kind of thing just to look like they're men.
Yeah.
You know, some of them end up in prison, some of them end up getting killed because they got into bad deals and things like that. And all this pressure. So kindly unpack that for us, because we have, I personally feel like men are on a life support machine. Not that women are not going through issues, and we'll discuss, because we have a whole topic on the rights of women, femicide, how men and women should engage, and also just rebuking and speaking against the ills of rape. You know, femicide is a big thing now. And also men get assaulted as well. So we're going to talk about that broadly.
True.
Not just because there's need to protect both men and women,
Yeah.
as well as children. Children are also going through things
Yeah.
in the hands of pedophiles or you know, minders who may not be professional. Yes. So how do you help men process, you know, expressing their feelings, especially when it comes to how much they struggle with transitions?
Yeah. Okay. First of all, again, I'm going to take it back to the evolution of human beings, us as human beings. And men, for the longest time, they have taken the role of the provider. It's really what I can say. It's really in them. Almost all men.
It's in the genetic makeup.
Yeah, it's in their genetic makeup to know or to feel like I am the one. I need to provide this. And for so long, men have been judged with providence. Like, if this one provides, now that's a man. But
a provider could lack all the other skills.
Exactly.
Where do you go with that?
But you see, the men in their head, they feel like if I
provide,
it's okay.
Nothing else matters.
Nothing else matters. I need the men to shift, to reframe that for themselves, because that's only one aspect of it. Okay, and to have I invite them to see themselves as human beings, not just as people machines who are meant to provide for people. To see themselves that their feelings matter, to see themselves that they can be able to express themselves, you know, without any kind of judgment or without any shame around them. Because outside here, there are women who can really support them. Like, if you have a partner who can get that, akikuona tu kifanya, anajua tu, this is what is happening to him, you know. And there's no judgment around that. The only thing that we can invite you is, let's talk around this issue. What is this that is happening for you? Why do you think you need to perform like this? And it's only one aspect. What about this other aspect? Yeah.
But you see, they have, as they were growing up, all these other things were suppressed, and they were told, all you need to do is provide.
Yes.
So they have been indoctrinated to believe that provision, and you see, provision varies, is relative.
It is.
If you're a hunter, there's a reason why the woman will not go to the bush to hunt.
Exactly.
It would be the man exposing himself to danger.
Yes.
With the promise of he will be received in a warm home, a kind home, a loving home.
True.
And his scars that he got from the bush will be treated.
Yeah.
So, but when your man provides, he could come with a squirrel today, tomorrow a rabbit, kesho kutwa he could come with an antelope or a cow, and the other day he could come and he didn't find anything.
Yes.
Maybe grasshoppers. It is okay.
Yes.
You know, provision is not standard. The same way you go to hunt, you don't know what you'll get.
Yes.
You know, people forget that those stories you read about how when, you know, Africa got into civilization, our ancestors used to go and hunt for food and whatnot. They didn't always come home with the big kills.
Yes.
You know, but each kill mattered for the day.
True.
The day you get plenty, you save for the days that, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that, Brenda, I feel like for really our men to get into that space where they really need to transition into expressing what they feel. Like, honestly, there's no shortcut around this. If the man is not vulnerable enough, first of all, to find and have the awareness that this is happening to me, and whatever is happening to me it's not serving me at this time. It's not serving my family. It's not serving my friend or my partner or even my children. I need to change something. A change has to come in. That's the time we invite them to step into that change. Yeah, slowly by slowly. It's not a one-off thing because it's different. It's really different. But the invitation is there.
Yeah.
It is there. It is there for them to walk into such spaces where they are vulnerable. They can say what they need to say, and to have also a support system or even a support partner who can be able to carry that for them, because not also everyone can be able to carry.
I think also it boils down to their choices. Because as a man, before you get into a relationship and go and provide, you need to really analyze who you're with.
Yeah.
And make sure you're making a good choice for you as a man in terms of what you need. So I see men asking very incompetent questions sometimes, and I laugh. I hear them asking, what do you bring to the table? You must be insane because you went to find that table. So you must make sure that table has everything you need as a man.
Yeah.
You don't ask that question after.
Exactly. Spot on.
Yes, you cannot ask that question after. It tells us your screws. Some of them are not in the right place because you have to identify, is this woman good for me? What does she come with? She's nurturing, she's this way, she's that way. Then you engage her, then you provide for her.
Yeah.
But because men don't have the skills, they start providing before they do this checklist.
Yes.
So men are, you also have to vet. You don't just pick people. And unfortunately, sometimes, of course, men are blinded. They go by what they see.
What they see.
Yeah. So, and then the things go crashing. And then now they start judging women. Women start judging men. And I feel like it's a very dysfunctional way of running society. Because whether we like it or not, children are getting born from these unions that are dysfunctional. And now we are having so many broken families, so on and so forth. So anyways, but I think that's
a whole
other
topic,
conversation. Yes.
Yeah.
So my last question to you is, how can you help us develop a deeper understanding on the importance of self-care while transitioning?
Yes.
So there's self-care. How do we look after our mental health and during transitions, just generally wellness?
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like, first of all, self-care, it just goes by the word itself, self. Okay, this is the point where you're allowed, honestly, just to be selfish. Just be
selfish. You
selfish. Yes. Think about yourself first, because during this transition, everything is happening inside of you. It's not happening to the person next to you. The battles are inside your head, 100%. And for me, since I'm a Christian, I'll tell people, Christianity or any other religion where you can really, truly anchor yourself in points of transition.
It works wonders.
It works wonders because when you make a prayer to God that, God, during this transition time, walk with me, hold me, walk beside me, go before me. I mean, it changes a lot of things out there. So anchor yourself with spirituality, if that is actually what you need. Move your body. The body says a lot. That's what I can say. Any form of movement. If you want to take a walk, if you want to do some form of exercise, just release, because your body literally needs that. And another self-care for you is talk to yourself with compassion. The way you talk to a kid, or the way I would come and advise you, Brenda, please
when I'm hurting.
Yeah, when you're hurting, please do this, and this.
Yeah.
And believe you me, this week, that is what I've been doing to myself. Like inside my head, if I have too much going on.
You're distracting me. You're so gorgeous.
Thank you. I mean, you usually feel like you're inside your head and you feel like you've not done things maybe the way you were supposed to do it. I mean, just change the roles. Zoom out of yourself and talk to yourself as a child. Sarah, you're okay. Just take the small steps that you need. If you're letting go of something, just let go, slowly by slowly. You're in this. You're really channeling yourself and you're really giving yourself psych. Yeah. But talk to yourself with compassion, the way you would talk to a friend, the way you talk to your sister. I mean, it's all love.
With you.
It starts with you.
Yeah,
Bring
by
it
the way,
to yourself.
it's very pretentious to pretend to love someone and show them affection, which you don't even show yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not easy, because most of the time you feel like you really need to give.
Actually, sometimes the challenge is even you don't have, your self-confidence is so low. Your self-esteem is low. Yeah. That you
Yeah.
feel like there's nothing good you have to offer.
Exactly.
Sometimes, unfortunately,
Sometimes.
that's a belief system.
But for me, I'm just telling you, love yourself, and talk to yourself with love. I mean, from the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Coach
Thank you so
Sarah.
much. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Thank you so much. It's
Hello.
been amazing having you on the show.
Thank you.
I feel so warm. I'm going to be saying shika more, marhaba more.
Marhaba.
Yeah, let's hope the men will take it without, but generally, and it's intergenerational.
Yes.
Let us start, I personally don't like how watu wamekuwa clustered. Millennials, kaini hapa. Gen Zs, kuja
Kaeni
hapa.
huko.
Boomers, endeni
Endeni
huko.
huko.
Can we just be intergenerational for once?
Thank you.
When we see each other, we engage with each other with
Yeah.
respect and
Yeah,
love.
and love.
You never know what someone is going through. And Kenya is such a beautiful country.
It is.
We're so blessed to come from this country.
It is.
And I know we're speaking also to the rest of Africa. We're sorry about our Swahili. We just can't help it. Yeah. I think I will finish by saying that we need to be careful and not to be testing the depths of the river with both feet. At least put one foot first. Check how deep that river is, whether you're resisting transition, whether you're in the process of transitioning, or whether you have already jumped, taken the leap into transition. We pray that you're going to have wisdom and to taste the depth of the river with at least one foot before you put both feet. The other thing I would like to say is that we definitely at Diplomacy Unscripted, we discuss very heavy governance, elections, democracy conversations with key leaders, diplomats, and thought leaders. Young people, it doesn't really matter. If it's a topic you can discuss, we will have a discussion with you. But sometimes we want to also have a soft side because we are also human. We are not just machines, as the lovely Coach Sarah said. We can also have soft conversations where we look at some of the challenges, because unless we're able to be productive, then, unless we're healthy, we cannot be productive. Okay. So I want to end the show by saying thank you very much for joining us. Kindly, you can follow Coach Sarah on Instagram at Coach Sarah Dollar on Instagram. For ourselves, you can follow us at Diplomacy Unscripted across all social media platforms. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, we'll see you.